Alrighty, boys. We're bringing back Answer Reddit. So I've just trawled through the top questions on Reddit for this month, and we're going to answer them. So, boys, first of all, what careers or jobs most attract psychopaths?
It's too many to name. The one that first came to my mind was, and apologies to our American listeners, was for the army or military. I feel like there's heaps of psychos, absolute freaks that join the army.
Yeah, and they're so passionate about it. Like it's their life goal to join the
People
army.
just want an excuse to shoot at people and then just go join the army. And they're so unhinged most of the time. We need a lot of angry army people in our DMs this week, I feel.
Mate, you don't
Is
respect
this a
the military.
stereotype? I don't know. But I feel like I think the psychos definitely all congregate at armies and militaries.
Yeah, because the psychos get access to a
How dare
gun.
they do a service to us?
They don't even need a license. They just will hand them out willy-nilly. You do a bit of training. You do
I
some
don't think
push-ups,
they hand out
pull-ups.
bloody M16s to everyone that wants to join the army, bro.
Dude, I'm thinking like, here's what happens, right? You do some push-ups, you run 2Ks, you're in the top, like, whatever, 20%. Mate, here's your AK. Here's your grenades. Go for your life.
Here's your manifesto.
Oh my god.
Isn't it the pack, the welcome pack, the basic
Yeah.
training starter kit?
Starter pack.
It's like there's an episode of The Simpsons where Marge does police training, and there's like an obvious psycho there doing the training with her, and like Chief Wiggum saying something, and the psycho's just like, "Who cares about the rules? When do we get the freaking guns?"
Yeah, mate, that's what I'm imagining as well.
I've got a couple more. Real estate agents. I think they're all. I don't know if they're psychos, but they're definitely just slimy people, slimy individuals.
You reckon because they just have access to houses, they just, wander around, have a look, the drawers, profile the person. Is that where you're coming from?
Yeah, it would make sense. It would make a good. I was looking up when we were doing this. I was looking up serial killer professions, and one of them was actually real estate agents. You get the inside workings of a house. You get to figure out where you can hide, like the little inside spaces in the walls. We can hide bodies and whatnot. I definitely could see it happening.
Yeah, well, look, I'm not at the stage I'm going to buy a house, but I feel like you've turned me off the real estate agents. Maybe I'll just do it myself.
And the last,
Do you need a real estate agent though? Like, what do they do? Like, what's their actual job? I'd like to know this.
They're just a middleman.
they sell the house for euro. I don't know what more you want.
Hard? No, I'm saying how hard could it be? Like, I could walk in, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Looks nice, great
No
backyard.
one's buying a house off you, dude. You'd put your house on Craigslist if you could.
No, you got those like realestate.com, right? You just put it up there. You just write the number of bedrooms, bathrooms, and garages, and people come knock.
Someone will bid for it.
Exactly.
The final career or job that I think that attracts psychopaths, I've put as terrorist. I think I've misunderstood the question, to be honest.
You can have applications for that, Sen.
Yeah, obviously, terrorists don't just accept anyone. There has to be due process here.
There's a screening process, right? You
Yeah,
go
for sure.
to the area, you meet the bloke, he susses you out whether you've got the tendencies. Who's the more of a psychopath though? Like, is it the bloke who's hiring you, or is it the dude that is willing to be hired?
But to be honest, they can't. It's a great question, really good question. But I think you can't. And I feel ill-equipped to answer this question. But I think they can't be hiring like full-blown psychopaths because when you're dealing with these kind of explosives and armory, like you can't have actual loonies walking around with this sort of stuff. So they need a certain level
Of saneness.
unhinged. Exactly.
So you're saying there's more of a vetting process to be a terrorist than to be in the army?
Oh, I
Because
think
we
that's-
said any old bloke could join the army.
I think
And I'm
so.
standing by
There's a
that.
meticulous little process.
I stand by that as well, to be honest.
I'm going to stand by that. Alrighty, next question then. How do you boys deal with an overly friendly neighbor who asks too many questions about your life when you happen to be outdoors at the same time? Bit niche. Take that as you will.
Mate, it's just like any situation. You're on the bus, you're on the plane, gym. Mate, head down, AirPods in, I ain't listen to you. I'm going about my business and I'm not listening to you.
What do you guys think? Do you guys try and be friends with your neighbors? Are you all about that?
I'm actually friends with my neighbors, or like I say hi to my neighbors when I see them on the street. Like I've got a nice old bloke, oldish bloke, across the road. He has a nice dog. I dog sit his dog sometimes. The guys next to me, I'm convinced are selling drugs, but you never know when that could come in handy.
Building bridges, not burning them, right?
Exactly. I think Migs, a bit rude though. Like, what happens if they say hi? You can't just you're not going to have your AirPods out at all points in time. Do you know what I mean? You're not.
Every
AirPods in
time
all
I
the
step
time.
out the door, mate, I have got my AirPods in my pocket.
What? So he says hi, and you just give him a 1 moment, mate. AirPods in.
If he says hi, I might say hi, but I'm not initiating anything at any point. And if I know he's going to be friendly, I'm going to try and avoid it at all costs.
I think you
That's
go the
fair.
other route. I think over time you slowly build up a facade. Like one day you come home and like they see you've bought like a whole lot of knives. Then another time you brought back home a lot of cleaning products. Then another day
A lot of
you've
rope.
a lot of like rope and like just like tarp.
Do you ask them to help you bring it in? Just be like, hey mate, like, could you just help me with this box of
Yeah,
knives, just
exactly.
so they get more and more suspicious?
And you do a lot of like building at night, a lot of construction at night. And then one day they just see you taking out like a rolled carpet.
Got a little balaclava on.
Just for the face, keeps me warm. It's 45 degrees. Well, got a condition. I'm actually really bad at this. Like, I think the worst part for me, maybe not neighbors, but like, for example, when you're at a party and you're meeting like all these new people, you're mingling, right? Small talk. And then I actually just don't know how to end the conversation. So like what I did, like, I remember this one time, this is a very poignant moment, which told me I was not good at any conversations, is like the usual go-to is like, I'll actually, let me just go grab a drink from the bar or whatever. Right. But the thing is, this time, like, I had just gotten a full glass of like, vodka Coke or something like that. And then he's like, but it's full. And so for some reason, what I did is I just poured it out and then I just walked away.
Didn't even think to like scull it or anything. Just on the floor.
Dude, I just panicked, and I just threw it. And I was like, looks empty to me.
That is so rare from you. What on earth?
Dude, you panic sometimes, all right?
How did the guy react?
Well, I didn't give him time to react. I just walked away after I said, oh, well. Alrighty, next question. Boys, what's the worst birthday gift you've ever got?
Yeah, so this brings me back to a time, during my childhood, maybe primary school. So like throughout the year, a lot of my cousins had their birthdays before mine. So I'd go out with my mum, all excited to buy them like, the latest Pokemon game, FIFA, toys, what have you. So then, by the time my birthday came around, I thought the favor was going to be returned, boys. I'm going to get the new FIFA. I'm going to get the new console. So I came back to my house, got the gift, unwrapped it. It was a Hillsong hymn book, boys. It was a bloody hymn book from like my most religious like auntie and uncle. And I'm there all ungrateful, nearly in tears that I didn't get bloody FIFA. But what can I do? I'm a little upset.
Dude, look, they're just trying to save your soul, mate. And plus, there's some good tunes on the Hillsong albums, I'll tell you that much.
I had to go upstairs, hide the book, maybe let a few tears out, and then come back down and say thank you.
Oh, that's the worst.
Do you still have
That is
it?
the worst.
No, I don't think I opened it.
You got Spotify now these days, so you got full album on.
No, I listen to the Hillsong official playlist now.
I remember, not a birthday present, but a Christmas present. I was in preschool. I think this is actually my earliest memory. That's how much it traumatized me. So like, what happened was in preschool, it'd come to, Christmas time and like the fake Santa would come around like handing out gifts. And like, obviously, right, it's the parents who have gotten the gifts and given them to the kids. And so everyone's getting like Nerf guns and like all these like remote control cars and stuff like that. I've copped a deflated soccer ball, not even pumped. And like everyone's like playing around and like, thanks Santa. And I'm thinking like, mate, Santa's gonna get it big time.
Didn't even give you some air.
man couldn't even pump it up for me. He just gave it. And so what happened? What I used it. I just used it as a plate because there was. What more could I have done? Oh, dearie me.
Well, a little knife and fork on a soccer ball.
No, I literally ate my pizza on it. That's the sad state of affairs that day. All right.
Oh, my Lord.
All right, boys, final question. If a conjoined twin commits a murder, who goes to trial? And if one of them is innocent, how do you punish the other?
I think the obvious logical answer here is obviously the one that committed the murder goes to trial, goes to jail. But then I think you just cut them in half, and the one who didn't commit the murder goes away scot-free.
That's what I was about to say, Sen, as well. Just right in half.
Just right in
Do they-
half.
Get the guillotine out, bang.
Do they get maybe they get free surgery potentially? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's that? I don't know what, separation surgery? I'm just going to call it that. Do they
Is
get
that
it for
even a
free?
thing?
Yeah, you can separate conjoined.
Because they don't have the other half.
Yeah, how does that work? Wait, is that
There'll
a
be
thing?
half a body. No, I don't think it is.
All right, well,
Yeah,
I'm
you
under
get, like prosthetic limbs and stuff. So
I don't think the limbs will come free. Maybe the cutting comes free.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the limbs are extras.
Limbs not included. That's probably right.
Exactly.
Cutting, of course, come free. Anyone can do that. But then, obviously, I think another answer is maybe, you get the other conjoined twin to commit a murder and then just even it up nicely. Just a free swing of
One
murder.
kind of deal.
You give him like 7 days to commit a murder,
Yeah.
so it's fair that he's in jail.
Exactly, yeah.
Nah, I'm thinking I'm on the other end of the spectrum. Like, one of them
Winner.
cannot be innocent. I don't think like one conjoined twin can commit a murder with the other one being in cahoots. Do you know what I'm
They're
saying?
the
Like,
same, but they're not the same person, though. They're not the same
What
entity.
if the eyes were closed, bro? They didn't see anything.
what do you mean, mate? They've got two hands. How you like? Honestly, though, like obviously the other twin, he's got his hands around one side of the neck. The other guy's got his hands on the other side of the neck. They're in it together.
You only need one hand for a Shankro. You only need one hand for an M19.
Mate, even if, right, like, we've always said this. If you're a bystander to the crime, you're just as bad as a criminal. We've always maintained that stance. So, like, the guy's got the shank on his left arm. Old mate on the right is just thinking, oh, he's cutting up some onions. What's he doing to stop him? He's got to, grab the hand, hit it out of the hand. It's like you're hitting yourself, that kind of vibe. If he's not doing that, he's a criminal.
I don't think one person controls one limb. Surely not.
Dude, how else could it work?
Oh, that is true. I don't know, but it's
You
not
would
like
know. It would make sense. The one on the right can control the right arm and the right leg.
lefties.
But then how do they walk?
Yeah, this, nah,
How do they walk? How do they get
no
the
way.
legs in sync, boys?
So then how does it work? This is actually...
Oh my god.
It's like when we talked about
stumped.
conjoined twins a few episodes ago, and by a few episodes ago, I mean like
You mean like
a
60
year ago. And we talked about if one conjoined if they share a common penis and one conjoined twin wanks off the other one, is it incest?
That's another philosophical question.
We have so many questions for conjoined twins. Can we get a conjoined twin expert on?
So our attempt to get a source expert failed, but I feel like this attempt will be nice. If anyone knows about conjoined twins, please let us know.
Yeah, we'd like to know. We
How they
want to
walk?
be educated. How they
wank?
walk, yeah. Okay, that's enough. All right, let's move on.